Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody is doing really well. I want to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aries out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember also the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Aries, get in where you fit in. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? Aries. Aries. All right. Aries, you are starting out with the King of Swords in the reverse. You have the Seven of Cups reversed and the Four of Cups. Okay. So I feel like you're looking at something here from the past, likely something to do with love. There is some anger here. You could be feeling as if somebody has not treated you properly or they haven't treated you with honesty, especially with regard to their words. I do feel like you are not really talking to this person, but you're thinking about everything that took place. I do feel like there was confusion in the past, but it was because somebody wasn't being honest with you. That confusion is now cleared up. And so you're desiring to move forward, but, you know, incorporating the lessons from the past. But I do see that you're a little angry with someone. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy, please. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the World. So this is the person you had conflict with. I can see why you're angry. There's a bit of an energy of it being a power struggle where both sides were trying to be heard, both sides were trying to get what they wanted accomplished, and it just led to a pretty fiery conflict here. So I do feel like this person wants to put an end to that conflict. They want to close out a cycle so that a new cycle can begin. It's not clear to me if that cycle has to do with the whole connection or just with the conflict that's occurred, but we'll clarify that. Let me see the energy between Aries and this person. Ooh, Five of Swords. Yeah, you're not happy, and I feel like you're not giving in on this. Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so Five of Swords, be sure you're not seated in your ego because there could be a little bit of ego, but this is a very difficult conflict. A conflict where things kind of may have gotten out of hand a bit. And I can see that you're very angry. You're very angry about it. Page of Cups in the reverse, this could have had to do with somebody new that was introduced into the situation. You have this energy of not backing down. If there was somebody new in that was introduced, I feel like that may have already ended, but it did create quite a bit of conflict here. Show me what's affecting this connection. The Three of Wands, you're both waiting. You're both waiting to see what the other person's going to do. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome for Aries. There we go. The Seven of Pentacles, more waiting, more watching, seeing what each party is doing. I feel like you're thinking about this person a lot. They want to close this cycle out, but you're both waiting on the other person. So it's kind of like you're at an impasse right now. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer sign. But this is the energy either of the love having drained out of this situation, or there's still love here, but nobody is expressing it. So let's clarify your reading. Show me the King of Swords in the reverse for Aries, please. King of Swords reversed for Aries. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed And the Ten of Wands. You want to resolve the problems, but you feel like it's not on you to go to them. So you're staying silent. There's also a sense of you not really knowing how to put an end to this conflict. Because I'm going to tell you, whoever this was, you got into a pretty heavy conflict with this person. So I feel like there's a lack of communication right now. And I don't feel like you feel that it's your place to reach out. It's like you have this energy of standing your ground. Let me see this Seven of Cups reversed. Again, I am seeing that it could have been because somebody else was introduced into the situation. But I will say that if so, every indication is telling me that that has not lasted. Okay. Queen of Wands reverse, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're not going to take action towards them, but you do want truth and clarity. You do want to talk to them, but you're waiting. You're waiting. And I'm again getting this feeling that you feel that they need to be coming to you. Let me see the Four of Cups. Show me the Four of Cups for Aries. Yeah, that's a commitment ending. The Hierophant in the reverse. And there's some sadness here with regard to that. There's looking back at everything that's occurred. Five of Wands reversed. And the Hierophant reversed. Yeah, you just want to end this conflict. So yeah, it appears to me there was a conflict. It looks like because somebody else was introduced into the situation, that conflict got very heated, very ugly. It ended the relationship. Now you want to end the conflict. I feel like they do too, but you're in this energy where you're saying, no, I'm not wrong here and I'm not moving forward. So let's look at their energy. Show me the Five of Wands. Show me the Five of Wands for the person in Aries energy. They walked away. Eight of Cups, Seven of Coins in the reverse. Yeah, they walked away from the connection. They're no longer investing in the connection, and I do feel like they're kind of impatient about everything right now. They're holding back their emotions and feelings. They do have feelings, but they're holding them back. They're not expressing them, but primarily because of the conflict between the two of you. Show me the Seven of Wands reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. And the Knight of Wands. So they are going to come in. There is going to be communication. You both want the communication. I feel like most likely it will be them coming in because they're going to want to resolve this. They're going to want reconciliation in the situation. So I feel like right now they're feeling really powerless. They've been feeling a deep sense of loss. I feel like they're feeling rejected, abandoned, but they walked away from the connection. So and if they do come towards you, Aries, it's likely to be that they come in rather impulsively because both of you are in this standoff. Let me see the World. Show me the World for the person in Aries energy. All right, we have the Emperor. And we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. So they may feel that you chose somebody else, or it could be that they want to put an end to this cycle, and they've made the decision to do so that, that you are the person for them. So the World here is putting an end to some cycle that's taking place in order to begin again. And they want to begin again with you. They're highly focused on you. Now, it's possible you are dealing with another Aries, but I feel like this person has already made the decision that they want to come back in and reconcile the situation. So let's look at the energy between Aries and this person, because like I said, it was a heated conflict, it looks like. And I think you're still angry about this. Show me the energy between Aries and this person. All right. Eight of Coins reversed. Six of Coins reversed and the Four of Wands. You may be married to this person, or you could have been in a long-term connection, but this person was not investing in the connection. There was something else that they were investing in, it looks like. I do feel like they want to come back towards you. They want to bring in stability into the connection. If there is some sort of a social event that you both might wind up in, they're hoping to run into you. But I feel like overall, between the two of you, things were quite unbalanced. There was breadcrumbing going on, and it actually, I have to be honest with you, Aries, it's showing me that it was unbalanced on both sides. Because although you want to work things out, it shows me that you're not talking to this person. You're not putting any effort in. You're not willing to back down from the conflict that occurred. So, and currently right now, they're still in that energy of conflict as well. So I do feel that it's kind of unbalanced because of the energies of both parties, not just one. So let's see what's affecting the connection. Page of Wands reversed. Nine of Coins reversed and the Devil. Somebody may have been behaving as if they were single, but they actually were not. That's very toxic energy. And it didn't work out well for them. It really did not work out well. Again, I see, Aries, that you are determined that you are not going to talk. You want clarity, you want truth, but you don't feel like it's you that should put the work into it. So you're in a very stubborn energy where you're absolutely saying, I don't feel like it's on me. I'll take the L before I go and approach this person. Now, in their energy, I will tell you, there is some toxic energy that is present. It's showing up in their energy. This could be a very codependent relationship as well, so be careful about that because there is some toxic energy. It might just be this person is very codependent on your energy. I'm not sure, but you're both waiting, and there is toxic energy here. There's a lack of action on your side. I do feel that this person is going to come towards you, but they're still coming towards you in a toxic energy here. So they do want to reconcile, but there's still some, and they want to resolve the problems, but I feel like there's some kind of core energy here between the two of you that's toxic, and it needs to be addressed. Let me see the Seven of Pentacles. Show me the outcome for Aries, please. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. All right, we have the Knight of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So I do feel that you will talk to this person, but you're not going to be kind, according to the cards. You see, you want to resolve the conflict, but you feel deeply that it's on them. It's almost like you're saying, you walked away from the connection. You know, you've got this toxic behavior. It ended this connection. I'm looking back at everything that happened, and while I am avoiding conflict with you, I'm not putting up with anything. I want the truth. I want clarity, and I'm not going to chase you down to get it. You cause the problems, you come to me. That's kind of what I'm hearing you say. So I do feel this person is going to reach out to you. It might be that they reach out to you in a kind of a flirtatious manner, because I do see that this person, either they've introduced somebody else in the situation, which didn't work out well for them, or they have been in and out of this connection. Because there's toxicity that's related to the Knight of Wands, and that tells me that this person has, at best, they've been in and out of the connection, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. At worst, they're a bit of a player. So they're coming towards you. They want to talk. I think you're going to answer them back. but you're not answering them back in a very loving way. The Knight of Swords can be very, very sharp in the way they say what they need to say. I feel like you're going to tell them the truth. I feel like it's going to be truthful, but at the same time, I also feel like it could be said a little more lovingly, because the love is there, but it is being held back. There's a love offer that's up in the air. You both have feelings for each other, but this is a heated situation, and I feel like you're going to say what you need to say. It might not be very kind, and neither of you are expressing your feelings of love and how you feel about one another in a positive way. Now, in their energy, they really do want to put an end to this cycle. This is somebody who I do feel like is a very hard worker. They could be a business owner or a person who's in a position of authority. They've already made up their mind that they want to end the cycle that is taking place here. And I do feel like, you know, they want to be with you. They're focused on you. The other thing that I am seeing with this person is that this person could be involved elsewhere for some of you. And if that, because both the Emperor and the King of Pentacles is somebody who is either married or involved in a long-term connection. And if that's the case, I don't feel like they're going to change that circumstance. And they know that in order to be with Aries, that they have to change that circumstance. So they're kind of waiting, hoping that you're going to ease up. You're going to come towards them. So whoever this is somebody that likely works a lot. But I'm telling you now, there's love that's here, but nobody's expressing it. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. So I do feel like there is going to be, you know, further moments of silence where neither of you are talking or communicating. I feel like, Aries, you do have a lot of feelings for this person, but you're not going to express them. Instead, you're going to pull back and heal your energy. There's likely to be some ghosting within this situation. It's just a very heated situation and toxic. It feels toxic. I feel like, especially if this person you're involved with here, because I'm getting an indication with the Four of Wands, with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the toxicity here, that this person could be involved elsewhere. They're acting single when they indeed were not. And what they want is to have their cake and eat it too. And I don't feel like you're going to be okay with that. I feel like you're not accepting being a third party in their energy. And you're basically saying, if you want to end the conflict between the two of us, then, you know, end the connection, end the marriage, end the connection that you're in. And I do feel like you're speaking truthfully. So I feel like it's the energy of somebody, Aries, who's fed up. All right, let me pull an oracle card for you. Pulling for the sign of Aries. Pulling for Aries. All right, Aries, you have number 49, and it's called Talisman. So let's read that. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have everything you need for the success that you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. Yeah, and I feel like, Aries, these were very difficult lessons that you earned. I kind of feel like this person may have put you through it. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Aries, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Aries, Know that you are loved, and namaste.